Hello YouTube, how's everyone doing? It's Professional here. So today I have another GTA Kortz Center guide for you guys. So now that I've hit that $50 million challenge, I still want to make some guides finishing up the Kortz Center, explaining what to do in this DLC, what not to do. I've run through this heist like probably 70 times by now. It's really made me go insane. But on this part is I wanted to cover the loadouts, and I wanted to cover what is the best loadout to use. What weapon loadout should you use? Now, there's three weapon loadouts. There's a street loadout, there's the security loadout, and there is the military loadout. Now, between the street loadout and the security loadout, it's a little bit of a debate on which two is the best one, but I think most of us can agree the absolute worst loadout is the military loadout. So I'm going to start out with that one. The reason that the military loadout sucks is it sucks for a variety of reasons. It's not effective during the heist, but also it has the worst prep mission. And the reason I count prep missions for this is because a lot of people, they don't factor in prep missions when they are deciding on what is the best. I think prep missions are important because the longer you take on a prep mission, that time could have actually been devoted towards other things like businesses and even doing other preps and stuff like that. So you could have run the heist even faster if you were doing the other preps. As the longest, the most complicated prep out of all the loadout preps, and it's annoying. So just think about it as time is money, basically. You're wasting time on it. You have to go all the way to Zancudo, and once you get to Zancudo, if you have a hangar, you are not going to get detected. But if you do have a hangar, they'll detect you. Now, you have to go to the control tower. Now, even if you have the hangar, once you get near the control tower, they will detect you. I recommend to use maybe an assault shotgun, clear your way through. You can take the elevator as a shortcut instead of, avoiding the staircase. The elevator will take you up, then you gotta take another staircase. You gotta fight your way all the way up to the top of the control tower, clear that out, and then you gotta do a hack here. Now, this hack, you have to figure out which line connects to which node, and how I like to do it is I like to make all four nodes link up evenly, exactly like this, because then I'll know if any of them are evenly. Chances are at least one of them is actually linked evenly, and then that will just, help you finish the hack quicker. So in this case, you see two of them were linked evenly, and then I just knew that the other two are the opposite ends here, and I just hack it. Now what you do is you go downstairs, you clear out this room, you get the unmarked weapons, and then what you gotta do is you actually gotta go to the other room here, and you have to do a hack. Now, on this one is you're not doing a mini game, it's just basically just waiting here, but still wasting time, and then you take out the backup drives. Now we gotta fight downstairs, we can take the elevator, we fight our way through here, killing all these guys, but it's not over yet because we get a 3-star wanted level, and on top of that, the enemies also spawn with a Valkyrie, which can shred you and kill you really quickly. And they will also have a half track, where they will gun you down really quickly, so if you're gonna do this, I recommend have like a Sparrow or some kind of, air vehicle where you can just take off, get away quickly, and then you gotta lose 3 stars. So that's basically what the military loadout is. Just the prep mission is just annoying as hell. It's the longest and most complicated prep mission, having to go all the way to Zancudo, fight your way through the tower to the top of the tower, do a hack, go down, get the weapons, then do another hack, get the drive, fight your way down, deal with the Valkyrie that's outside, and then you have to try to lose a 3-star one level. It just takes too long, and literally is I could have done the security loadout 2 times and the street loadout 2 times in the exact same time frame that it takes to basically complete this mission. This mission will take you basically somewhere between, I would say, like probably 6 to 10 minutes to complete. If you're really quick, maybe you could complete it faster than that, but it's going to take you somewhere around there. Just an annoying mission in general to do, which is I just do not recommend it. Now, about the security loadout, if you have, if it's such a complicated mission, then surely at least the weapons will be good, right? Well, not entirely. The one unique weapon with the security loadout is that the security loadout has the heavy sniper Mark II. And make sure that you guys actually have the weapons workshop in your mansion because it'll actually give you, extra best weapons. That's what I'm basically counting for this guide, is with the weapons workshop. So make sure you absolutely get that. We have the sticky bombs, which, you can detonate right away when throwing them at enemies, but they're going to be useless unless, we're going in loud. Pretty much every other weapon is suppressed. They don't give you a handgun. They do give you a stun gun, which is a plus. The assault rifle is okay. The assault shotgun is okay, but it only has an 8-round magazine. I'll talk about that a bit more, but the sniper rifle, right. The sniper rifle is the big thing here, the really big, unique weapon. And I remember people were defending this loadout to me, telling me, oh, the sniper rifle is awesome, I want to use the sniper rifle. But here's the thing about the sniper rifle. The sniper rifle, I'm sorry to say, is really useless in Kortz Center. And the reason it's useless in Kortz Center is because this is largely a close quarter heist. Yes, I get it, we have the outside and stuff like that, but that really depends on the approach that you're doing. You can skip that with alpha male, and even if you're doing the keycard approach like I am doing right here, is you can still skip a lot of these guys. You don't need long range weapons to basically deal with these guys. And look at this. If you shoot them in the head with the heavy sniper Mark II, if you didn't do the guard shipments, the armors missions, it will not kill them in a single headshot. I mean, really, it should have killed them in a single headshot, and it will basically kill them in 2 shots to the chest. And by the time you're loading in the second shot, you're getting the second shot ready, they will actually pull on you, they'll draw their gun on you, because these guys are literally the fastest shooters in the Wild West. That's basically what these guys are. They'll instantly know where you are and just shoot at you right away, and you'll get detected. So it's just a complete waste. Just take a look at this.
Your agency came up, and well, she's willing to help you out today. Ain't that nice? I mean, I had to slip her some cash, obviously, but still. Do not... Okay, don't worry, we can work with it.
Now, as for the heist itself, going inside with it, it's not the worst loadout. You do have the assault shotgun, which the assault shotgun can be useful. And I know I'm going to have people in the comments questioning me on why I didn't do guard shipments. I'm testing all these loadouts basically against guards when they have full armor, because I figured that it would be a great way to see which one is powerful enough to basically get through the guards really quickly. But you can actually avoid doing the guard shipments and complete the missions with a lot of different loadouts. But this loadout, while the assault shotgun helps you in situations like this, you see me, killing 2 guys, you gotta be quick, you gotta be precise with it. There's actually much better loadouts, like the pump action shotgun with the street loadout, which I'll actually talk about a little bit later. But once you get detected, if you do get detected with this loadout, you can escape with it too. The assault shotgun is still the best weapon, and you can fight your way through. So I got detected, I had, full armors, and I still managed to escape. I managed to get out, and I didn't lose that much money. So somebody that knows what they're doing, if you use this class, even if you get detected, yes, you can kill them, you can escape, but I just personally think that for the time it takes to basically do this prep mission, you could have done 2 security preps or 2 street preps, and I just don't think that the sniper rifle is personally worth it. The assault shotgun might be nice, but there's actually better weapons to use in this heist, which I'll get to a little bit later. But anyways, now, let's move on to the security loadout, the next loadout. Okay, so now let's talk about the second best loadout in my opinion, which is the security loadout. And the security loadout has such an easy mission. It's so easy, way easier than what you had to deal with the military loadout. And you can complete this mission in about 3 to 4 minutes, especially if you rush with an air vehicle like a helicopter. So we go over to a warehouse, and the warehouse usually is not very far from either of the 2 city mansions. And we go over there, we're gonna have a few guys outside, just blow them up. Now, once you get inside, I like to use either an explosive shotgun or an assault shotgun, clear these guys out. There's not a lot of guys, it's a very small warehouse, very easy to get rid of them. And once we are hacking this door, what you need to do is you need to put in the correct 5-digit password. And I know that 2 of the passwords, it's alert, and then the other one is cover. I think there might be a 3rd password, but I know 2 of them are alert and cover. But regardless, it's not a very difficult hack. You'll eventually learn what the words are if you do it enough times, and when you put in the right letter, it'll actually tell you, and you can just keep redoing the hack. So there's not really a consequence for failing it, but you just have to retry once you exceed 5 amounts. So we go through the door, we get the loadout. What's going to happen is 2 more guys are going to spawn, and then after we kill those 2 guys, what we're going to do is just put a charge on the 2 cameras. Now, what a lot of people don't know is that there's a timer right after you leave, and that timer is actually dependent on not just the bomb, but it's when enemies spawn. So if you actually get into your helicopter before that timer goes off, before the thing explodes, you can take off before the enemies spawn and go after you. So that's a big advantage of this mission. Now, what about using this loadout on the heist itself? What is that like? Well, okay, so about the class, you get a suppressed bullpup rifle, a heavy shotgun, but remember that thing fires slugs, a suppressed machine pistol, stun gun, which can be helpful, combat pistol, and a grenade and a switchblade, and the bonus weapon is the marksman rifle Mark II with armor-piercing rounds. Now, anyways, let's go through the heist here. And again, I wanted to test this on heavy armors to see how effective this would be, and I found that if you're using the marksman rifle, this thing, yes, it can drop fully armored guards, and you can do it quietly, but the problem is that you're going to have to shoot them really in the back when you're doing this, because if you shoot them in the front, they're going to basically draw on you, and you're going to get detected. I mean, just take a look at this. So this is effective when it's in the back, and then look at what happens when you shoot them in the front. It takes 3 shots to kill. And yes, I know that if you do the armors and they don't have armors, you do guard shipments, yes, you can, kill them in about 2 shots and 1 shot to the head, but it's kind of ridiculous that, they give you this thing with armor-piercing rounds, and it doesn't really do much against the armor. Now, when we're actually going through the Kortz Center, the most useful weapon here, I actually think, is the stun gun. I think the stun gun is the most useful thing, and yes, you can stealth it even when these guys have armor by using the stun gun. As you guys see in the security room, I've cleared a lot of it out doing that specifically. However, though, I have other issues with the stun gun, and the other issues I have with this thing is that sometimes when you use this thing, the enemies will detect you, like they will hear it. Like, other times they won't hear it, but then other times they will. It's actually ridiculous. And until Rockstar actually changes this, I don't even recommend using the stun gun. I mean, just take a look at this. It's ridiculous how easily you get detected with this thing.
Keep an eye out for the items on our list. They'll fetch good money if we can get them out of there.
What in the world?
You dumb fucker! You want this? It's not over yet, boss. You got this.
So yes, while the stun gun can be helpful, for zapping cameras temporarily, and also for, taking out guards, especially when they're fully armored, and it'll also help you with your challenge when you're trying to do a non-lethal approach, but, you're only going to do that once, a non-lethal approach. You don't get anything extra for not killing guards. You only get that one specific challenge. So I personally don't use the stun gun anymore. When I have to deal with a camera, I'll just shoot it. That's basically what I'll do. You can shoot up to 2 cameras. When you shoot a 3rd camera, the guards will be suspicious and walking around, so just remember, you can always shoot 2 cameras, and there's really only 1 or 2 cameras that you could shoot to make it easier. You don't need to shoot really more than that. And also, cameras do not affect accuracy, for people wondering. So if you're going for Elite, there was a patch about a couple weeks ago. It doesn't affect accuracy anymore. Now, what happens if you actually get detected with this thing? How effective is this thing for fighting your way out, especially when you're dealing with armored guards? The marksman rifle I actually do not find to be that useful when you're trying to escape with it. I actually found the heavy shotgun to be useful. Now remember, the heavy shotgun you can fire at range because this thing fires slugs. And so you can fight your way out, you can kill these guys. It has a faster fire rate than the marksman rifle, which is why I'm using it, and so I didn't have that much of a problem fighting back against the guards. But I will tell you is that it can just be frustrating escaping with this thing, because you gotta constantly keep reloading a 6-round magazine on it. You can eventually get out, but it is frustrating. So while it's better than the military loadout, and the prep mission is also easier, I would say that overall it's not the best loadout. I think that's the street loadout, which we're coming up on right now. Okay, so now let's talk about the best loadout in the game, in my opinion, which is the street loadout. And you would think the military loadout is the best one, but no, I would say it's the street loadout. This is basically my go-to loadout. This is all I use. I don't use any other loadout besides this one. Now, the reason that this is the best loadout, in my opinion, is for 2 reasons. One, the prep mission is really easy, very easy, just as easy as the security mission. And on top of that, the second thing is that this gives you the pump action shotgun Mark II. And that thing, that will one-shot kill fully armored guards at close to medium range. Even if you get detected, you can still escape fairly easily with that. So it's such a great class because you can avoid the guard shipments prep. You never have to really do it again if you are running this class. Now, let's talk about the prep mission starting up right here. The prep mission is fairly easy. It's kind of similar to the security mission, but we're going to be going to 2 different garages, one in Mirror Park and one also north of LSIA, and you just basically kill the guards outside. Now, when you get inside, there's a bunch of cars, and what I like to do is I just like to use the explosive shotgun, and I just basically detonate all of these cars and just blow them all up. It'll kill the vast majority of these guys, and there might be like 1 or 2 stragglers left. We just kill them. I like to drop a proximity mine at the garage door because once you're done with the hack, 2 guards will spawn in, and that's just so you don't have to deal with them. Now, when we go up to the door, it's the same thing as hacking with the security door, but the passwords are a little bit different. The passwords here are motor, nitro, and rapid. I believe that those are the 3 passwords that you will see. So motor, nitro, or rapid. So if you see any of those letters, just keep that in mind. And you basically just put in the letters. If you get one of the right letters, it'll tell you. If you get one of the wrong letters, it'll tell you. It's fairly easy to figure out, and you'll get through it. And then we just get the bag, the guards get blown up by the proximity mine, and instead of, blowing up the CCTV, we just wipe it here. Now, the advantage of the security mission, the one advantage it has, is that it does give you a few seconds to get into your helicopter or vehicle before the enemies spawn. Here, it does not give you that, so the enemies will spawn right away, but it's still fairly easy escaping from them. Now, let's talk about the heist itself and what makes this loadout so good. So, The weapons we get is the battle rifle, we get the mini SMG, suppressed pistol, pipe bomb, machete, and the pump shotgun Mark II. Again, remember, make sure you have the mansion armory. It is essential for this class. Now, you don't get a stun gun here, but that's fine. Is if you're dealing with like a really annoying camera, I would recommend just shooting it. Remember, you can shoot up to 2 cameras. It doesn't affect your accuracy. I would just recommend using a handgun for that for precision shots. But now we're going to be using the pump shotgun Mark II flechette shells. And you see how effective this thing is. This thing will kill fully armored guards from close to medium range. I have sped run this heist so many times with just this class alone. I also want to give a special shout out to my friend Gillymaster. He was one of the first few people that actually talked about how effective this shotgun is. I will also link his video down below if you want to check it out, him talking about the shotgun. But this shotgun basically just makes the whole heist, it just makes it so easy. It's basically does not really become a problem at that point. So you see, I'm just basically going through these guys like it's nothing. And here's the crazy thing about this shotgun. This shotgun is so effective and it's so quick that you can actually take out guards faster with this thing with 2 shots than you could with 2 shots from the heavy sniper or 3 shots from the marksman rifle. Because it just pumps and just cycles the next round so quickly. So even if the guard detects you for a second, like right here I did a little bit of damage to them and I shot them, and I was able to stop them before the alarm goes off. So you will have time to take them out, take a second shot before they fully react. So it's a fairly fast-firing shotgun. And if you hit them once and it doesn't kill them, don't worry. It won't affect your accuracy as long as you didn't miss. The one thing I will say is that when you're going, in close quarters, like right here in the security room, make sure that you shoot them as close as possible, because even though at medium range it'll still kill them in one shot, the reason you want to shoot them as close as possible is because sometimes some pellets from the shotgun, because it fires pellets, remember that, sometimes some of them will hit the wall, and that will not affect accuracy, don't worry. As long as the shots still overall kill the guard, it'll count. But some shells, pellets I should say, will sometimes hit the wall next to a guard, and that'll automatically trigger the alarm. So just make sure if you shoot them as close as possible, all the pellets will go inside of them, and no alarm will go off. And it makes it very easy for us to clear out the heist. And I will just show some gameplay right here, just without me talking, but just look at how easily you're able to knock out guards. One thing I recommend is that if you're shooting 2 guards, and you're doing this on auto-aim, make sure that you aim at one guard but don't lock onto him, because this will actually let you easily snap onto the second guard when you're shooting. So you guys see just the range of the shotgun, the amount of damage it does. And on top of that is if you get detected and you have to fight your way out, this thing is the best weapon to fight your way out, whether the guards have armor or the guards do not have armor. At close range, it'll just one-hit kill them. And it's the best for getting Elite Challenge. What a lot of people don't know is that when you get detected, you can still get Elite Challenge. A lot of people think that it's hopeless, but it's not. You can still get Elite Challenge even after you get detected. Just use a lot of cover. I recommend having probably 1 person shooting. That's what I do. And just don't miss your shots with this thing. It's 1 shot or 2 shots at most for these guards. And just make sure, you keep that 90% accuracy. Don't get shot too much. I think it's like 80 grand that you have to lose in total to, ruin Elite Challenge. You'll be able to get through it. So that is basically it. Street Loadout is the best loadout in my opinion. It's a very easy prep mission. On top of that, it basically gives you the best weapon for the heist, and it also lets you skip the guard shipment mission. Remember what I said earlier, time is money. The more time that you spend on a lot of these missions, you could have been doing other things. So you could do basically 2 of these missions technically in the same time it would take to get the military loadout. And on top of that is you never have to do the guard shipments again. I never do the guard shipments. So I've hit $50 million recently. I hit that stupid challenge. I did it. I stopped doing guard shipments. I haven't done guard shipments in the last 30 or 40 heists. I haven't done it. I've just been running this class and just doing this thing and just one-shotting these guards constantly. And even if I get detected, I still keep going because I just don't feel like restarting the heist anymore. And I just shoot them all and I kill them all with the shotgun and I escape. So that's pretty much it. I would say Street Loadout just absolutely, destroys the military loadout. Security Loadout, it still beats it. I guess Security Loadout can make a little bit more of an argument, but I still think it's the vastly superior loadout. But that's pretty much it for this guide. If you guys have any other questions about these weapons, let me know down below. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, everyone. Have a wonderful day, guys.